I grew up in Baltimore, young kid, in a Head Start program. It's an early education program. So when I was about 4 years old, I went to this program for young kids, and it was to prepare young kids for school. So by the time I got to the kindergarten, I was advanced beyond all the other kids that were in my class. So I was a really smart kid. And when it came to reading, writing, and math and things of that nature, I was a really smart kid early on. And by the time I reached the 3rd grade, my mother actually was told by the teachers that they wanted to skip me to another grade. So they wanted to move me up to another grade because I was so smart in school. But she said no, she didn't want to do that. She told the teachers no, she didn't think that was a great idea, so I continued on. Simultaneously, my father's chronic alcohol addiction was getting worse and worse and worse. So my father's alcohol addiction, it wasn't just your typical alcohol drinking. He was chronically addicted to alcohol. So I would come home from school sometimes, my father would be laid out in the corner, like out. And as a kid, just seeing this thing going on in your life, in your household, as a kid, you don't know how to deal with that, right? You don't know how to first comprehend that, but then you also don't know how to deal with that issue. So as I got older, my father's chronic alcohol addiction got worse and worse and worse, which is typical of the disease of addiction. Because most of the time, it'll get worse before it gets better. And so, by the time I reached the 5th grade, I was pretty much, the pain of seeing my father laid out in the street was a lot to handle for a young kid. So it began to take a toll on my grades. And simultaneously, my father's chronic alcohol addiction is getting worse and worse and worse. And again, it's typical of the disease of addiction. It'll get worse before it gets better in many cases. So now, instead of me looking at my father as a role model like most kids should do at the age of 11 and 12 years old, I began looking at guys in the street as a role model. I would see my father laid out on the corner, out, intoxicated from alcohol. As a 12-year-old kid, I didn't know what I wanted to be in life. Sadly, I knew I didn't want to be like my father, which is not great all the time. Because a kid should be looking at his father as a role model at that age. He should want to be something similar to what that man is. But because my father's addiction was chronic alcohol addiction, tended to take a toll on the family, fighting with my mother, seeing him yelling in the house and those kind of things. Again, I didn't know what I wanted to be as a kid, I mean as an adult when I grew up, but I knew I didn't want to be like my father. So again, I'm looking at guys in the street as role models. And so I dropped out and I began selling drugs in Baltimore full-time at about 18 years old. By age 23, I was actually making $20,000 a day on the streets, selling heroin in Baltimore. By age 24, I was in prison, federal prison, for a case that I really had literally nothing to do with. But that's how it works in the streets. You get caught for the stuff you didn't do, and you get caught for the stuff that you did do. Yeah. To the cops, it really don't make a difference to them. Right? Arrest is an arrest. Dr. Cornel West is a professor in the States. He often talks about the unexamined life. And when he actually states, Professor Cornel West, that the unexamined life is not worth living. But then he follows that up by stating that the examined, and I'm paraphrasing, the examined life is painful. You've got to have courage. You've got to be brave. The examined life. And that reminded me of the time that I was in prison. Because change can be painful. Good choices can be painful. But change can be painful. I had to look myself in the mirror. So now I'm in federal prison. All the cars are gone. The money's gone. The nice clothes are gone. And you got this mirror. You got to look in this mirror to figure out who you are and what you are. What makes you tick? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And that's the time when you really get to figure out who you are, right? Because for most of the time, I didn't know really who I was. I thought I was this ruthless drunk dealer. But that wasn't the case. I was going through the motions. Because now I'm really excited about what I do for a living. I'm excited about the choices I make today. Because you're talking about 12, literally almost 12 years, literally, that I'll never be able to get back. But hopefully I'll be able to give somebody else, some young kid somewhere, some information so that they can make better choices, so that they won't go down that road that I went down. Because it's a part of me that says, I don't even know why I'm still standing here. I don't even know why I'm still alive.